Hi, welcome. My name is Caitlin. So welcome to abs class. We're going to go ahead and get starting now. So like always, we're going to start with a nice and easy warm up. And then after that warm up, once you get that heart rate up a little bit, we are going to jump down into our workout. So I'm going to back this up a little bit and then move that up. Okay, so definitely quick disclaimer. I'm going to show you like how to do the warm up really quickly, but I'm not going to do it with you for once. So I have an old knee injury, and first day of cold, my knee is like absolutely not. It is hurting pretty bad today. So I'm not going to jump on it and make it worse. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is like, well, I like to call them squat burpees. I don't know what they're technically called, but basically you come down into a squat, you drop down, out, in, and back into a squat. So you come down on those hands, fully extend your legs back, jump in. Here, I'll move it down a little bit more so you can see my plank position when I go down. So you come down into a squat, come down, out, in, into a squat, out, in, into a squat, and back down, just like that. So that's the first thing we're going to start with. Nice and easy right there. So keep that head down, perfect. Make sure you come fully into that squat, and then try to keep moving at your own momentum. Couple more, good. Make sure when you come up and when you drop down, you try to engage that core. Burpees right here like that are perfect for that. So getting that heart rate up, and you're gonna warm up those muscles when you extend your legs out into that plank. Good. Last one right here. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna go ahead and do is drop on down into mountain climbers. So just grab that tabletop plank, fully extend those legs back, and pick your own pace, driving your knees into your chest. Perfect, keep on moving. Good. You can keep it nice and slow and precise. Remember, as that knee drives in, focus on squeezing those abs. Good. Keeping that booty low, head down. Perfect. Almost there. Keep on driving. Perfect. And in 3, 2, and 1. All right, so the last part of this little warm up here, this right here is really gonna focus on activation, which is what we want since we're starting our workout. So we're gonna do a lovely little hold. You're gonna bring those legs straight up and out, arch your back into it, and your arms are going to be straight up. So pointing those toes, keeping them mid-length, right where you feel that core start to shake, not too low, not too high, but mid-length. Arms out and hold. Good. Try to keep those legs nice and straight. Point those toes and breathe. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. All right, so nice, easy, short little warm up. So now we're just gonna go ahead and get straight on into things. So the first thing we're gonna do is single leg sit-ups. As you come into that single leg sit-up, when you bring your leg in, I want you to reach and touch your heel basically. So now I'll put that like actually into things. So you're going to be fully extended, starting with that left leg, come up into a sit-up, reach for that heel, extend. Right leg up, touch that heel, back down. Remember to be using my core. As you come up in that sit-up, you don't want to be jerking your body forward. You want your core to be doing all of the work for you. You don't want your shoulders or your upper body to help push you off the ground. Three, two, last one, and one. Perfect. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is crunches with a side reach around. So each side we're gonna do a heel touch basically in that crunch. So what this is gonna look like, hands behind your head, you're going to crunch up, hold, right arm, extend and touch, fold that right arm back, left arm, extend and touch, and then let that crunch out. So these abs are definitely gonna burn a little bit more with this, but that is just fine. So as you come up in that crunch, you're just gonna do right arm heel tap, and then left arm heel tap, and then let that crunch out, nice and easy. Make sure you're breathing. Halfway through, keep it on up. And in 3, 2, and 1. Alrighty, so the last thing we are going to do is a hand toe crunch. So we are going to go ahead and work both sides of our body at once. So what you want to do is fully extend all the way back, opposite arm, opposite leg. So as that right arm comes up, you want to touch your left leg, crunch up, touch, back down, and repeat on the opposite side. And in 3, 2, and 1. Alrighty, so right here, if you need a little sip of water before we go ahead and start that on over, please go ahead and do so. I know my abs are already dying, literally, so hopefully yours are too. I know that they're simple, complex movements, but if you're doing them correctly, you're definitely gonna feel it. All right, let's go ahead and start it from the top with those single leg setups. 3, 2, and one more, and 1. Perfect. All right, so back to that crunch with the reach around. All right, so right here, we are working basically everything. So you're crunching up, working those upper abs. As you hold that crunch, you work those side abs into those obliques. Good. All right, let's go ahead and move. Almost there, we are halfway through it. Three, 2, and 1. Alrighty, so last thing we're gonna do for that set, last thing we're gonna do for that set is that hand to toe crunch. So taking it back all the way down, fully extend, right arm, right leg, and repeat on the opposite side. Three, 2, and 1. Perfect. All right. So now you have a little water break if need be before that next set. If not, so what we're going to be doing is basically a sit up with a knee tuck next. So starting that second set, what this is going to look like is, once again, you're going to come down, fully extending. As you sit up, you are going to tuck your knees and touch your toes, extend all the way back out, come in, touch the toes, and back out. Make sure when you bring those knees up and in, you come in on a flat foot. Good. And in 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Okay, so the next thing we're going to move on into is an oblique crunch. So we're going to work one side of the body, and then I'll cue us to switch. So I'm going to go ahead right here and start on the left side of my body, coming down on my forearm, laying completely on my side, feet together, legs together. What we're going to do is extend that like right arm up and over, so we activate all those side abs out. Then we're going to come up, crunching in, remaining on the side, up and into those toes. So you come up on that side and you reach and touch your toes. Keeping those legs together, keep those feet pointed. And and you want to feel this all right here on the side of those abs. So that is what we're targeting. We're targeting those obliques. Good. Three, two, and one. All right, go ahead and switch sides. Last couple. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Okay. Yep. All right. So the last thing we are going to move on into is plank with shoulder taps. So you are just going to drop down into that tabletop plank right here, coming on those toes, feet together, and then come up and tap those shoulders. If you are someone who you go halfway through this, you're like, okay, I'm feeling pretty tired in that plank, a modification 100% that you can do is go ahead, come on those knees, fully engaging that core, and tap. Now, you are not fully going to feel it there, but so I just use that as a way, if you're like, okay, my arms are getting kind of weak, they're getting kind of tired, that is what I jump into to keep moving, but you want to start and go as long as you can right here. Perfect. And then use that core as a good stabilizer to keep yourself, from rocking those hips side to side. Engage those glutes, squeeze, and tighten that core. That'll help you stay nice and stable right there. Almost there. Good. Keep on tapping. Three, two, and one. Perfect. All right, before we go ahead and grab that next set on over, and grab a little sip of water. Okay, so last thing we are going to go ahead and wrap it up with is we're going to repeat that set all over again, and then we are going to wrap up this class. So starting from the top is that sit up with the knee tuck. So fully extend all the way back, let those abs completely out. As you come up, tighten and bring it into those toes, letting it all back out as you go down, and repeat. Make sure in that sit up, you're getting that full reach, coming up and touching those toes. And then 3, 2, and 1. All right. So taking it back on over to that oblique crunch, go ahead and pick whichever side you are comfortable to start on, and then we will switch. Almost there, last couple. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and switch sides. Three, 2, 1. Perfect. Okay, so for the last thing, I'm gonna go ahead and give you 2 options. You can either, if you want to stick to your routine, go ahead and do that plank shoulder tap again. But for me, I personally want to do something with my lower abs. I feel everything everywhere else, which is great. So I just want to include something to contribute to all parts of my abs to finish off this workout. So I'm going to go ahead and do a reverse crunch. If you want to join me, that's awesome. If not, go ahead and start those plank shoulder taps right now. Almost there. These are the last couple. Keep that core nice and tight. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Perfect. Okay. That is where we're going to go ahead and wrap things on up. So I'm going to go ahead and end this recording right now.